In the last video, quick reminder, we looked at and talked about how a trader that's going to use technical analysis as, the backbone, the centerpiece of their strategy could also, become quote unquote friends with fundamental analysis and use fundamental analysis to complement their main strategy of using technical charts. Now we're going to look at things from the other side of the debate, and we're going to look at a trader that loves fundamental analysis. It's one of those people where they just, they have economics textbooks laying all over their room, and you say geopolitical and their eyes light up, and they just love it all. But we're going to look at somebody like that and how they can use technical analysis in a very surface deep way to help complement their main strategy. So again, we're going back to the whole theme of, hey, let's just be friends. There's no need for this roaring debate because both sides can use the other side in a complementary fashion. So that's the main thing here. How can a fundamental trader use technical analysis in a complementary way, to help them just gain an idea of what's going on? And then this will also kind of just illustrate how fundamental analysis works in a little bit, I'm not going to say a detailed way because there is a whole lot that goes into fundamental analysis, but you'll see as we go. So again, we're using a trader. They are looking, they're focused on the euro dollar. And how can somebody like that use technical analysis? Well, really a very simplistic way, again, a very surface deep way, is just for a visual. And not only a visual, but just a quick visual of the situation. It's not like they have to sit there and learn all of these patterns and learn about the indicators and learn this, that, and the other. No, just get a quick visual of what's going on. So let's look at this chart below. Like the previous case study, none of this is made up. This is an actual example from the real world. I assure you, I did not draw that chart out or anything like that. This is an actual chart that had played out. So from a fundamental trader's view, let's just assume that, they pull up this chart because in their strategy, like, yeah, I think for the most part, technical analysis, yeah, whatever, but it can help give me a quick visual. And they need a quick visual of what situation? Well, again, this situation right here, the currency pair of the euro dollar. So they pull up the chart and, this is kind of what they may see from a quick visual perspective. So they're, okay, wow, nasty, nasty fall. Okay, and then from there, kind of just up and down. So, wow, it's been pretty choppy, just sideways, sideways, sideways. And then, okay, well, recently, the price has started to actually head upwards. Let's find a new color. So, yeah, I mean, past several months, the price has started to slope upwards. But within the grand scheme of things, it's definitely still just in this sideways kind of choppy action like this. So, yeah, making progress here, but within the grand scheme of things, still kind of just choppy. So like I said, just very, very quick visual of the situation. They're now gaining an understanding of what's going on from a grand scheme perspective. Notice they're not, does it sound familiar, kind of like what a technical trader would do with fundamental analysis, where we're just reading the headlines, we're just gaining a quick surface deep understanding of what's all going on? Now the roles have flipped. This is kind of like the headlines for the fundamental trader. Technical analysis are just like headlines. They're looking at the headline, gaining a quick visual, kind of just getting updated on what may or may not be going on, and they're just doing their headline reading. So again, like I said, they see a nasty fall. Okay, the price seems to have stabilized, and now near term, some upward progress is going on. And there you go. They just read the headline. They now have a visual of the situation. So continuing on, we've established that this fundamental trader now has a visual of the quote-unquote story. And, that story has been taken note. Okay, yep, I got it. I've read those headlines. Now that it's time for the fundamental trader to start asking questions because they have this visual picture. But what are all these questions going to be revolving around? The why and the what. Again, the why and the what. In regards to what? This is going to get kind of confusion. But they're going to care about, so what has caused this visual to look the way it does? Why does this chart look the way it does? What has happened that has caused the story, the quote-unquote story, to unfold the way it has? That's what all their questions are going to be concerned about. At the end of the day, they are concerned about the why and the what. Something has influenced and caused the chart to look this way. What is that? Why is that? What is going on? And that's, the fundamental trader is going to eat, breathe, and live that. And when they start to answer the what's and the whys and, start to kind of try to put together puzzle pieces, then that's going to lead them to, okay, now that I understand, at least in my opinion, what and why these certain things have happened, why the chart looks the way it does, now I think that this, that, and the other is going to start to happen. I think that that political organization is going to do that, causing, this GDP to go up as long as that political person keeps their mouth shut. And then as long as this geopolitical issue doesn't, spark anything. And, they're going to just start to go at it and put together and try to formulate some sort of thesis. Thesis being an idea, thesis being a theory on what they believe is going to happen. So in terms of our, case study and the visual, they're going to be wondering, remember that at first there was that big old nasty fall that we talked about. So brings up a logical question, hey, well, why did the exchange rate collapse? And for us as technical traders, we're going to say, well, because there is a lot more supply than there was demand. Yep, that's it for the technical trader. But for the fundamental trader, they're going to say, well, yeah, that's true, Mr. Technical Trader. There was more supply than there was demand. Therefore, yeah, that's why those exchange rates fell. But why? What caused that? And they're going to start digging in. So while the technical trader is out, I'll just use myself as an example. While I'm out, playing with my kids or whatever, the fundamental trader, because like I said, for me, it took me about, I don't know, 2 seconds to look, okay, the value went down. That tells me that supply was more than demand. All right. Hey, you want to go play, kids? But the fundamental trader is going to, but why? Why did that happen? What caused that? And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying, that's just the big difference. Now, again, technical analysis, very, very, very front-loaded in time. But once you learn it and once you learn how to identify things, it's really as simple as that. Yeah, there was more supply than demand. Price went down. And then, like you said, or like hopefully you saw, the price, or not the price, the values started to stabilize. So they're going to know, okay, well, yeah, demand has shown back up because that value is no longer going down. But what caused that demand to show up? Why are people now willing, to buy? Why are people finding that exchange rate value a good enough deal to want to buy? So what is the reasoning behind the demand showing up? They're going to care about that. As technical traders, we're going to look and say, yeah, people clearly find that value as a good deal. So that's why they're buying there. That's where the demand is. And, they would just leave it at that. And then all of a sudden, they're going to want to know, well, why is there supply showing up? What's going on that's not allowing for a larger recovery? Because remember, the value here, or the value is just going in this sideways. Let's actually, I used brown on the previous channel, or on the previous slide. So we'll just use brown. That's what I get for trying to get fancy. Clay, don't try to get fancy. Yes, I'm talking to myself. So the price was just going sideways, but the price heads up and then, it just kind of sticks within this area. So every time it gets up to around that point, well, there's been supply that's showing up. There's people now that are wanting to sell at that exchange rate value. So why are people showing up there? What is causing people to just want to show up to sell the value at that level? And this, it's just not allowing for a larger recovery. Why is going that? What's going on? So now the things need to happen is, or now what they're going to kind of translate to is, okay, they're going to come up with a thesis. Remember, a thesis is a theory. A thesis is an explanation. A thesis is an idea about why and what has caused, the collapse, the stabilization, the demand, the supply, all those things. They're now going to have a theory on all those sorts of things, which leads to, okay, I believe I got it figured out. But now what needs to happen in order for the exchange rate to either break out or down of the current range? So why may this happen? What could lead a breakout or a breakdown to happen? What would be those reasons? What would be those catalysts? That's another big word for the fundamental trader. They're all about, catalysts. What could happen? What may cause this, that, the other to occur? And by doing that, that's how they're going to start to form their trade plan. They're going to come to a consensus. Well, I think that government A is going to act like this in regards to government B, which is going to affect that inflation rate, which will drive down the price of goods there, which is then going to increase this over there. As long as that country over there keeps its mouth shut and doesn't say anything. And, it's just endless. They're also going to just be wondering, all right, well, what would the longer term impacts of such a reason or catalyst, be? How is that going to affect things? How high, how low could the exchange rate travel? I mean, if this catalyst happens, just how far in the upwards direction could that push the value of the exchange rate? And again, it's all going to be dependent on, well, it could get that high as long as that government doesn't do this, or as long as, this inflation number stays here. Or, it's probably going to keep on going lower if interest rates don't stay the same, or if interest rates increase. But if they increase, but this other inflation number comes back like this, but then the GDP numbers come back in a different way. And then, that's going to depend on productivity. And if productivity drops down, well, then maybe the Federal Reserve is going to, like I said, it goes endless and endless. So there's a lot of things that go into forming a fundamental type trade plan, because you need to be considering all these different variables. And at the end of the day, your opinion, how, what, where, when are things going to be applied? Or I shouldn't say really applied, but how are things going to unfold based on the conclusions that you've drawn that are your opinion? By no means am I'm not sitting here saying that you can make money this way. You just think back to, in my mind, the whole real estate bubble collapse. There were people that were just digging deep, digging into fundamental analysis things, and the people that got all that right ultimately made a whole lot of money. But don't be mistaken. This is not some walk in the park where, you can just have, well, and what drives me nuts is, you see some of these, explanations out there about what fundamental analysis is. And they say, well, basically it's this and that. Well, if you really think that that's all it takes to make money using fundamental analysis as a trader, then good luck to you, because there's a lot more into it than the way people try to simplify it. There are so many moving parts. There are so many pieces that it's not impossible. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you better bring your A game, and you better be ready to read. You better be ready to research. You better be ready to stay on top of current events, on current economic things, on current geopolitical issues, all that stuff. And if that floats your boat, like I said, if you are drooling right now and needing to clean up your keyboard because you're just, oh, this sounds fantastic, then fundamental analysis, hey, that very well could be right up your boat, right up, your alley. And then to wrap up this video, I want to head back to, the chart here, because that's really going to help us, again, differentiate in a very visual fashion the difference between fundamental analysis and technical analysis. So I already touched on a few of these attributes, but again, the technical trader sees this. The technical trader's conclusion is, all right, supply is a lot more than demand right now. Therefore, the price is going down, or the value is going down. The fundamental trader sees the same thing, but why is that happening? What is going on? And then both camps, if you think back to the last video when we went through those chains of logic, both, whether you're fundamental or a technical trader, you care about what? You care about supply and demand, because that's going to influence the exchange rate. And we all care about the exchange rate because what? That is what's making us money as traders, right? So supply and demand, though, is going to be different. Fundamental trader cares about why. What is causing supply and demand? As technical traders, this is what we care about. Real quick. Okay, here's an area of supply right there. You can see the price tried to bounce, but sellers knocked it back down. Well, the price tried to bounce right there. I keep saying price, you know what I mean. The value tried to get up there, but once again, sellers knocked it back down. So there's supply right there. Well, the value bounced again, and right there, once again, supply showed back up. So from a technical trader, right now we've established, wow, I don't know why. I don't really care why. But at the end of the day, the point being is there's quite a bit of supply up right around this area in this example of 1.16. So at 1.16, I realize that's hard for you to see, but that's the value here. At 1.16, there is a lot of supply. There are a lot of people that want to sell. Technical trader is going to have no idea why that's the case. They're not going to have any idea what's causing that. They just need to know that, hey, that's where a bunch of sellers are currently sitting. That's where the supply in the current marketplace is. On the flip side of things, where's the demand? Well, for a technical trader, quite straightforward. Well, the price, I'll get it right one of these times. The value has come all the way down here. Oh, look, people were willing to buy. Once again, the value came all the way down here. Oh, look, people were willing to buy. Again, the price came all the way down here. Oh, look, people were willing to buy. So to the technical trader, yeah, that's where the demand is. That's where the buyers are hanging out. People want it there. There's demand there. So, okay. And that levels, I can't really tell the value on that one, but you get the idea. Yeah, the technical trader has identified that for whatever reason, whenever the value gets down around that area, people want to buy. There's demand. But the keyword there being for whatever reason, because, okay, for whatever reason, I don't know, but, you know, for whatever reason, in the face of a fundamental trader is going to be that's blasphemy. You need to know why that's happening, or at least come up with a theory on why demand is showing up there. What's causing demand to show up at that price level? And that's just the difference. Technical traders just see supply, demand levels. They see trends. Fundamental trader is going to be looking at a lot more into the whys, whats, and, you know, after they've established the whys and whats, they're going to be then, okay, well, what catalysts, what reasons need to happen in order to get either the value of the currency to break out, you know, up above this channel, or, you know, maybe they think, well, I want to go short. So they're going to come up with things on why it may, you know, break down to the bottom of the channel down here. Many ways that you can look at and set up a trade plan, but the big difference between technical and fundamental is, I guess the easiest way to put it, fundamental people just like to ask a whole lot more questions. But again, circling back to the original point of all this, we are looking at a chart right now, but we're primarily talking about fundamental trading. That's because there is still a place for technical analysis within the world of fundamental analysis, even if it's just for, you know, reading the quick headline, getting that quick visual of the situation, and then as a fundamental trader, you can start to diagnose the situation and, you know, form your conclusions about it. But either way you look at it, in my opinion and many others' opinions, you know, this is why you pay. Yeah, there's a place for both. There doesn't need to be some, you know, just street fight between fundamental trading and technical trading. Both have their place. Both can complement one another.